loves, how's it going? So today I'm back with a new video. Guys, can you tell that it's freezing in my house? I'm literally wearing a turtleneck and I live in Florida. It's not often that you see people wearing turtlenecks in Florida, but I'm seriously so cold. Anyways, besides the point, today I thought that I would share with you guys how you guys can thread your own eyebrows, and I'm also going to show you guys how I fill in my eyebrows. So this is a video for those of you guys who want to save maybe some extra money. That's like an extra 10 bucks. It costs like 10 plus $12 to tip. So if you guys learn how to thread your own eyebrows, it will save you a good amount of money, and it's really nice because it does last a really long time when you thread them. It pulls out the hair, so that way it takes a little bit longer for it to grow back. One thing that I do want to let you guys know is that if you guys are going to try this at home, I recommend giving yourself enough room to work with. So if your eyebrows are already pretty done, don't do them. I recommend that you grow your eyebrows out a little bit, so that way you have enough room for error if you do completely massacre this. So definitely let them grow up for a little bit and then go and thread them if you're doing this for the first time, so that way if you make a mistake, you have room to fix it. Whereas if you're starting off with very thin eyebrows and you mess up, you're done. It's done. So definitely that's just something to keep in mind. Obviously eyebrows aren't that big of a deal. You can always fill them in if you do mess up. I did in this video, but we'll get to that. So stay tuned if you guys are interested in learning how I thread my eyebrows, and if you're interested in how I fill in my brows. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video. If you like it and you find it helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in a few seconds with the rest of the tutorial. First things first, I am the realist, just kidding. Alright, so first things first, when you're about to thread your eyebrows, you want to make sure to groom them out. So you want to take a spoolie. This is actually like one of those mascara ones, disposable ones, but I use that because it works almost just as good. So I'm just brushing out my eyebrows so that way they are all smoothed out. I can't talk. After this step, you can go ahead and trim any loose hairs. I got most of them before I filmed this video, but I'm just going to quickly go over any other ones that are kind of poking through. But I think, there we go. You want to get any regular old thread. I'm using this mint green one, but it doesn't matter, just any sewing thread. And you want to take out about 15 inches of thread. You can get scissors, but I have really big teeth, so they work like scissors. So you're going to take out the piece of thread like this, and you're going to make it even so that both ends are meeting exactly. Then you're going to take your finger like this. You're going to take two fingers and you're going to wrap the thread around like this. 1, 2. Like that. Just wrap it around your finger. Then you're going to push it out from your finger, like kind of roll it out, and then just slide it downwards. And that'll create a knot like that. So I'm going to show you guys one more time if you guys kind of missed that. You're going to take out 15 inches of thread. I'm going to line it up exact so that they are an even length on both sides. And then you're going to take your finger down the string and you're going to wrap it around your finger twice. 1, 2. Then once that's through, you're just going to use your fingers to push the thread off of your fingers, kind of rolling it out. And then once it's off, you're just going to slide down. See that? You're just going to push that down, and it's going to create a knot like that. So you might have to replay the part of this video a few times, but it's really easy once you get it. It's just wrapping around your fingers twice, and then you're just going to kind of slide it through and slide down your thread, and it's in a knot like this. It'll be like a nice little circle. If I'm threading this eyebrow, I'm gonna turn this hand, so I'm gonna go 1, 2 like that, and it's gonna make this little 8 figure right here. So I'm turning this hand because I will move this hand when threading this eyebrow. So now once you have that, it's gonna create like these little circles in the middle, and that's what's going to move and pull your hair. So I'm going to start right here, and now I'm just going to get my hairs. So I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see. So I'm just moving this hand is moving the middle part, and it's pulling my hair. you see this eyebrow versus this one. This one did come out a little bit thinner than I hoped, but since I was doing it on camera trying to make sure it was in focus, I was a little bit distracted, but it is okay because when I fill in my eyebrows, I always usually make them a little bit more fuller. So now I'm going to show you guys how I do it on this eye. So again, I'm taking the same thread like this, and you're going to wrap your hand, cover where the knot is like that, and then since I'm doing this eye, I'm going to turn my opposite hand. So I'm going to turn this one like this, and then I'm going to put both like this. And so then I'm going to move this hand. So I'm just moving this hand to pull it out. I finally finished threading both eyebrows, and now you can see how much cleaner my face actually looks now. Like, it doesn't look like a furry mess. This eyebrow did come out a little bit straighter. This one is more arched. I always have that problem. But like I said, it's easier to do when you're not trying to make sure the camera's in focus and all that stuff and you only have your eyebrows to focus on. So yes, I do have a little bit of a dilemma, but the way I fill in my eyebrows, which I never go a day without filling them in, it kind of just, I even it out when I fill it in. And I always use my Sigma E25 angled brow brush to fill in my eyebrows. I really love this brush because the tip is super thin and super fine. If you use something with too thick of bristles, then it will leave you with a very bushy, not really nice or natural look. So I like using this because it just lets me get more control when I'm filling them in. On days when I don't use the Dip Brow Pomade, I'll usually use the shade Brun by MAC, which is this. It's really nice because it's like an ashy neutral brown shade. It doesn't have too much red in it. So I really like it because it doesn't leave my eyebrows looking red. It gives it a more, it's like a gray brown. It's really nice. So you one side using the Dip Brow Pomade and the other side with the Brun. Take a small amount on my brush like this, kind of just swirl it around. And then I take the cap and then just swirl off any excess. Pretty brush. Brush them out, and then I just start doing small strokes like that. Outward. Just kind of following the natural hair. And I never like too harsh of brows when I fill them in. I normally just like a more, not natural, but not super harsh look. And then I'm gonna kind of make this a little fuller, my arch. So I'm just doing light strokes, kind of defining my eyebrow. And then as you can see, I kind of filled in that gap that I used to make my eyebrow a little bit higher so it matches this eyebrow. Start out with the perimeter of my brow, just outlining it how I want, and then I just start filling in. And then when I get to the front part of my brow right here, I just start right here with where there's any product and I just flick it up. I'm starting to turn my brush, and then when I get to the very front, I put it straight up and down and just kind of move it up and down. Move it in this way, just so it mimics natural hairs. I'll clean off any extras. I do that, I take my fluffy concealer brush. Usually this brush always has some excess concealer left on from when I'm doing my face makeup. So I don't really add anything, but I just use whatever's left on there and I just use that to clean up. The reason I do that is because I like to kind of clean up any edges on my brows. But like I said, I like a more natural look. I don't like the super halo brows where everything looks way too sharp. I kind of just like it to naturally flow on my face. So by using my fluffy concealer brush like this, it just kind of cleans everything up without leaving any harsh lines. And now this eyebrow is done, and this is the side that has the dip brow pomade. Now I'm going to show you how I do this eyebrow using the MAC Brown. I pretty much do the same thing, but I'll show you how it looks with the eyeshadow. So I just take my brush like that, comb through. And then I will just quickly brush through that. The same thing where I clean it up with any leftover concealers. And this is the finished result of my eyebrows. As you can see, they're very defined, very full. They're framing my face, but I personally don't think they look too dramatic. For some people it might be, but I just like them to be kind of bold enough to where it frames my face nicely, but not too much to where it looks like I just took a Sharpie to fill them in. Basically the key thing is to keep blending it with a spoolie or any sort of brush like this, and then also to use a light hand and build it up slowly rather than taking a bunch of product at once and just smashing it all over your eyebrows. So yes, I hope that you guys found this video helpful. I hope that you guys learned how to thread your own eyebrows, and maybe you guys can try it out next time and save yourself some money. So that is all for this video. I hope that you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.